This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their life for Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 25, breaking news. I just came across this article just now where they're reporting how the U.S. War College is raising concerns over conscription in the wake of the Ukraine conflict. And pretty much what conscription means, it's a nice fancy word of saying a draft, all right? So now you have the U.S. War College is having these discussions about bringing back the draft, all right? So, the prophets of Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and elders, have been warning our people that a draft is coming, okay? And now, right in front of your face, you have the U.S. War College having these discussions, okay? So a draft is coming, all right? Because World War III is on the horizon. It's literally knocking at the door. So let's get into this article. We're here, brothers and sisters. This is Yapa News. A draft is coming. Army draft coming. U.S. War College raises concerns over its conscription in the wake of Ukraine conflict. In a recent publication from the U.S. Army War College academic journal, a thought-provoking essay has emerged, shedding light on the lessons the U.S. military should draw from the ongoing war in Ukraine. Of particular significance to the average American citizen is a section titled Casualties, Replacements, and Reconstitutions, which bluntly states that large-scale combat operations troop requirements may well require a reconceptualization, it's a nice fancy word right there, of the 1970s and 1980s volunteer force and move toward partial conscription, whatever that means, okay? The rationale behind this potential reinstatement of conscription stems from alarming estimates suggesting that in the event of the U.S. entering a large-scale conflict, and who's that large-scale conflict going to be with? It's going to be against, right? Russia, China, Iran, right? It's going to be between Russia, China, and Iran, right? The nation could face an astonishing daily tally of 3,600 casualties and necessitate 800 replacements. To put this in perspective, the report highlights that during the course of 2 decades in Iraq and Afghanistan, the U.S. incurred 50,000 casualties, a number that could be reached within just 2 weeks of intense large-scale combat, right? Because going against the Taliban, okay, was, all right, minuscule, all right, in which the Taliban still won that war because they still was able to regain all the territory that America took. So imagine going against Russia, China, and Iran. We're talking about big body count, a lot of bodies. And a lot of you Jakes are going to fight in that World War III. You're going to be drafted, okay? This concern comes at a time when the military is already grappling with a substantial recruiting shortfall, right? There's a recruiting crisis. And brothers, I've done reports on it. Brothers have done reports on that. I've done lessons on it, In the previous years, the Army fell short of its recruitment goals by 15,000 soldiers, with projections of indicating a potential additional deficit of 20,000 this year. Adding to this dilemma, the report underscores the dwindling size of the individual ready reserve comprising former service personnel who are not actively engaged in training but could be called back to active service when needed. Right. So that's dwindling. The numbers have plummeted from 700,000 in 1973 to a mere 76,000 at present. Wow. Okay. So they're using this Ukraine conflict as a talking point why they should bring back the draft. Okay, you can read more, all right? And of course, we know where World War III is going to kick off at is in the Middle East when the JJs and the Persians lock horns. And that's when Russia and America are going to go right into it. And that's going to bring about a whole bunch of casualties. And that draft is going to come. And a lot of you Jakes, you're going to participate, all right, in that World War III. You're going to be drafted, all right, because you're not seeking the Lord. You're just, all right, 1044, Kahalayim Yahabashim Helshai. You're just going on, okay, with your BS. So enough of that. Let's get to the scriptures. So another scripture that comes to mind, Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The third woe is talking about World War III. You have the Army War College speaking about bringing it in a draft for a large-scale battle. That's talking about World War III. Okay? All right? The prophets on the highways and byways are not yelling and screaming for something to do. No, we're warning our people as is commanded by the scriptures. All right? In Isaiah chapter 3, verse 17, Son of man, I made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. All right, therefore give them warning from me. Right, and we're a watchman. We're giving you warning, letting you know what's to come. Second Esdras, chapter 16. I'm going to start at 33. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. Right, there's going to be a depopulation of men. All right, of Israelite men, by the way. Okay. More specifically, all right, but men in general are going to be depopulated, because they're going to be fighting in these wars, and they're going to starve to death. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Right. Okay, and that's how you know Isaiah chapter 4 and 1 is coming, when this World War III kicks off, all right? Because there's going to be a heavy depopulation of men on this planet due to the wars and famine. 34, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. There you go, okay? And their husbands shall perish of famine. Right, starvation, lack of bread, lack of water, okay? Lack of food. 35, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Right. Who are the servants of the Lord? You Israelites. Okay. 36, behold the word of the Lord. Receive it. Right. You're supposed to receive it. You're supposed to believe it. Okay. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Right. You're not supposed to be believing these false gods and, okay, these false idols. Are you supposed to be believing in the words of the Lord? He said, okay, the third woe cometh quickly. He said the men are going to die in the wars. That's talking about, okay, a major conflict. And now you got the Army War College reporting about a conscription, bringing about a conscription because of the situation in Ukraine. And of course, all right, a problem in recruiting. There's a recruiting crisis. So the words of the Lord are true. They're faithful and true. 37, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Boom. Last one to our people. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. Right. You're following after the ways of America. You're believing these politicians. You're believing, all right, these content creators. You're not listening to the Lord, all right? And the Lord is not going to open up the clouds and directly talk to you. He has his servants, the prophets, all right, being used to speak to you, okay? But not of me. So let me read that one more time. Isaiah 30, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Right. And you clearly see Jake just being totally rebellious, all right? Just sitting and sinning. 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Right. And this is what our people are doing now. Okay. They're doing exactly this. 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of shadow and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Why is that? Because you're going to be drafted, and that's going to cause hella confusion. Man, I thought America was the land of the free, home of the brave. Why am I being forced to fight in a war I don't want to fight in? All right, because, all right, this is not a place. All right, this is not a free society. This society, all right, is ruled by wicked people, all right, that look to you as slaves, all right, and servants, and they can do with you as ever they seem fit. Okay? And they want these wars just as much as we want these wars, and the Lord wants these wars, all right? Because, all right, we want these wars because we know salvation is coming, all right? These wars have to happen. The World War III has to happen so that we get delivered, all right? The Lord wants this war, okay, to judge you wicked people. And of course, the elite want this war because in their psychotic mind, they can make money off of it. And they will make money off of it. There's a lot of money to be made off of war, all right? So that's how you know this war is going to happen, no matter how you slice it. But that's to your confusion for you Jakes believing in the shadow of Egypt, which is America, Babylon the Great. For his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hines. 5, they were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be in help nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach, right? Because you're going to realize that you got screwed over, okay? All right, so, and they're going to lose this war, and that's going to be to your own confusion. That's why they're going to bring in that draft, all right? Because America's going to lose this war against Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. So, yeah, there you have it, man. Right out of the horse's mouth. This is the Army, the U.S. Army War College raising concerns over conscription due to the wake of Ukrainian conflict. So we're here, brothers and sisters. We're almost out of here, man. The Wadi Yah Bashim Al Shai, breaking news. You know, I had to do another lesson. This is... Hey, the prophecies are speaking, brothers and sisters. We're almost out of here. That's why the apostles say we have months, all right? Months, all right? Could be 2024, could be 2025. Hey, we're almost out of here, though, all right? That's why you got to, all right, just do the right thing, all right, so that you can get delivered, so we can get up out of here, man. All right, so Lord willing, us edify. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there, pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their life for Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing, pray for each other. We're almost out of here. The Lord's showing, all right, we're the final generation. We're clearly at the end of this thing. All right, it's exciting. So just keep pushing, man. You know, stay prayed up. For the few sisters that are watching, keep studying when you pray, Shalom and a Bible ball.